What's up, boys? Taking a look at some more NFL player props today over on prizepicks. We've gotten tons of value on the prizepicks board, and that's no different today with Sunday Night Football. And by the way, this is getting posted in the morning, so I also talk about some afternoon plays for you guys in this video as well. So make sure you guys subscribe and leave a like on the video if you guys have not already. Make sure you guys sign up for prizepicks, 100% deposit match up to $100. Right now, there is a free square on prizepicks, so Curry's at half a point. You guys can pair that with whatever you guys want and potentially win some money. So link is in the description for prizepicks. Must be 18 years or older or available in most states. Again, the link is in the description, and so is the Patreon link. Tons of research, tons of plays. We are 5-0 on the top play for Sundays so far this year, and also we were 11-3-1 last week. We swept the Thursday night and Monday Night Football board in week 3. We've gotten a couple other sweeps as well, Thursday night and Monday Night Football for sure, and again, we are 5-0 on top plays for Sunday. So yeah, 11-3-1 last week. We had a great week, looking to continue that again for week 6. 3 different packages, NFL, NBA, and all sports. Tons of brand new members. Seriously do appreciate you guys, and the link is down in the description again for that one. So a bunch of different tiers. You guys can reach me easier over there as well, rather than the comment section. You guys can message me. We talk about different props all the time in the comment section of the Patreon, but there's like almost 10 plays on the Patreon right now for this Sunday slate, and there's at least usually 4 plays for Monday night and Thursday night football, usually right around there, about 4 plays. So plenty of stuff to go around, plenty of plays, tons of research being done over there. Link is down in the description below. But really long intro, let's hop in and talk about these player props here. So we have the Dallas Cowboys going to Philadelphia in this game, 4-1 versus the 5-0 Eagles. We'll see if their undefeated streak ends. We'll see what happens in that one. I think the Eagles will probably still win and will stay undefeated. But here we go. Let's take a look here. So this game actually is a minus 270 for Philadelphia. It is the Eagles minus 6, and the over-under is 42. So it's a little bit of a lower over-under in this game. However, let's take a look at this player prop on the prizepicks board. You guys can get value on prizepicks unlike anywhere else, and that is like that with this prop right here. Let's take a look here. So I like Ezekiel Elliott under 2 receptions. I've not seen this on any other site out there. PrizePicks is the place to be if you guys have not already signed up. I'm telling you guys, the best player prop website out there. Use my code DOMG. If you guys deposit $60, they'll match and give you guys another $60 in promo funds. $120 total to play with. Ezekiel Elliott under 2 receptions here. He's a minus 125 to go over 1.5. Minus 125 to go over 1.5. Yet he's at 2 on prizepicks. That is huge value because he has not gone over this in 9 straight games. He has not been over in 9 straight games. He's missed in 8 of those games, by the way. So he's only pushed in 1 time in those 9 games. He's literally 0-1-8 in his last 9 games. So he's yet to hit this prop. He had 0 versus the Rams last game, actually. So he had 0 last week. And then also versus the Eagles last season, he was 1 for 2. But also he had Dak Prescott at quarterback. Now he's got a different quarterback in Cooper Rush here. So yeah, I mean, Dak Prescott's still questionable, but I'm almost positive. Is he questionable? I'm almost positive he's actually ruled out, unless he's somehow a surprise, like, guy that's going to pop in. But anyways, we'll take a look here at Ezekiel Elliott's receptions here. So Ezekiel Elliott game-long receptions here. You guys can see 0, 2, 1, 1, and 1. He has not gotten more than 2 targets. He has not gotten over 2 targets here. We can also take a look at his career and see what his targets look like. But with Cooper Rush at quarterback, he has not seen over 2 targets. I think he's been starting since, the Giants game? Cincy game? So 2, 1, 2, and 0 targets in the last 4 games. I mean, come on now. So even when he's gotten 6 targets before, he's still been under this. So last time he was over was actually against the Giants right here. So I'm loving the spot for him to go under this against the Giants here. I'm loving this player prop right here. Make sure you guys tilt your own risk. Look into these more on your own, but I'm definitely loving some Ezekiel Elliott under 2 receptions. The odds are good on this. The hit rate is great on this. It's going to be a tougher defense, I do believe. I don't think there has been many running backs to go over this against Philly this year either. So I will say it is somewhat of a negative game script that they are projecting in this game, with the spread being at minus 6.5, but also the over-under is a little bit less. So they're expecting not too much offense. So I love the spot right there for that player prop. But if you guys are watching this early in the morning, I will be showing you guys some other player props here. But anyways, again, the Patreon link is down in the description below. Tons of other player props available. Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and Sunday slates all the time over there. And NBA is starting in the regular season October 18th. We are right around the corner from NBA. I'm super excited for NBA season. We killed it last season, so I'm definitely excited for that. But let's take a look at some player props here for the afternoon here. And if you guys are leaving now, because you guys are watching this a little bit later, make sure you guys leave a like on the video and subscribe with those post notifications on so you guys do not miss my Monday Night Football video coming out tomorrow. Okay, let's take a look here at some player props. So I've talked about these before on the channel, but I like Adam Thielen over 4 receptions. I think he's in a great spot here against the Miami Dolphins, who have allowed the 8th most pass completions so far this season per game. So I'm definitely loving some Adam Thielen over 4 receptions. He moved from a plus 100 to go over 4.5 to a minus 105 to go over 4.5. Yet he's bumped down to 4 on PrizePicks. That's what I'm talking about with the value on PrizePicks. The odd value is insane when it comes to PrizePicks. I'm telling you guys. But he said this in 2 games this season. He's lost once, and he pushed the other 2 games. So he's 2-1-2 so far this season. But he's had 7+ targets in the last 4 games. And again, Miami's allowed the 8th most pass completions per game so far this season. A couple other props that I like here. Let's talk about Marquise Brown. So I love some Marquise Brown receiving yards here to go over 67.5. Whoops. We got to... All right, let's put this in again here. Search bar. Here we go. Marquise Brown. They bumped him up. Okay, so if you guys watched the video earlier, you guys would know that Marquise Brown was a good spot here at 67.5. I do still like him at 70.5. However, you guys can see he actually had a better hit rate when he was at 67.5. So earlier, we got some great value on PrizePicks. Patreon 100% got it. Also, the people that watched the video in the beginning with their post notifications on should have been able to get Marquise Brown in over 67.5 receiving yards if they liked. So, otherwise, he's hit this in 3 straight games still, 78, 88, and 140. So, he's got a pretty solid hit rate, though. But he's also seen, I believe, 7+ targets in the last 4 games. Or 10+ targets. Might be 10+ targets in the last 4 games. I think Thielen was 7+ targets. We put in Marquise Brown here. Marquise Brown game log. We can take a look here and see his targets. Yeah, he's had 10+ targets in the last 4 games right here. So those targets equal receptions, by the way. So targets, they result in receptions 90% of the time. So, but anyways, Seattle ranks 7th in the most passing yards per game so far this season. So they rank 7th. So Seattle's a pretty solid matchup for Marquise Brown as well. So those are 2 of my main plays right there, is Marquise Brown and Adam Thielen right there. So those are 2 other player props that I'm definitely liking right there. And then Ezekiel Elliott under 2 receptions, of course, for Sunday Night Football. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Again, Patreon link is down in the description below. We can talk about some leans and things like that, though. Something else I covered, though, was where is he at? Where'd he go? He's on the Steelers. There we go. Najee Harris. He was at 2.5 earlier. When he was a -1, he was a -170 to go under 2.5 receptions. They finally bumped him down, but I talked about that in my 2 videos I posted yesterday, and he was available at 2.5. So I'm not saying to take his under. I haven't personally played his under. He was just a lean for me, but you know, crazy odds value on PrizePicks. There's a prop that's a -190 over on the Patreon right now. So Patreon is getting a prop at -190, so that I end up finding on this board. So there's just tons of value, man. Tons of different stats as well, more than any other player prop website out there. So I mean, there's just so many different categories here. So yeah, I mean, come on, man. They got like 20. Is this 20? I think it is. If I counted that right, they got 20 categories right here for just different NFL props. It's insane how much they have on the board. Did they bump Michael Carter or Breece Hall? Yeah, Breece Hall was at 12.5 earlier. Michael Carter is still there at 7.5. He's got some pretty good odds on him right there to go over. Last time I checked, it was like a -130 to go over 7.5. If I'm not wrong, something like that. Might be a little bit higher than that. But yeah, there's a lot of good value for sure on the PrizePicks board. They even have reception targets. They have targets on the board. So we can see what Marquise Brown is at. What is Marquise Brown at? I feel like it's going to be like at 11. He's at 10.5. That makes sense. 10.5. Yeah. Because he's had 10+ targets in his last couple games here. So 11, 17, 11, and 10. So, you know, they have the targets on the board as well there. I'm not playing his targets, but I will say that he's definitely been seeing a lot of targets, and that's why I'm liking the receiving yards. So those are a couple of the player props that I'm liking over on the PrizePicks board. Patreon link down in the description below. PrizePicks link down in the description below. And also so is the subscription button. And then down there, you guys can also turn on those post notifications. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out, boys. Take your own risk.